50 years after the final Harry Potter book, Harry Potter is now headmaster of Hogwarts, ready to usher in a brand new generation of witches and wizards. My name's Radio Mike, and together with my friend Sam Garlep, we're reading every chapter of my Harry Potter fanfiction from when I was 13. This is book 4 in that series. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Phantom Farter. Hello, amores, everyone. Welcome to Harry Potter and the Boys, a fan fiction podcast by me, Radio Mike. Sam Garlep is here.
I'm here. I'm with you in spirit, physically, emotionally.
Thank you.
And I'm here every day in this crazy old world.
This crazy old world.
I know. And it's not
crazy.
I mean, it's not that old.
It's not that old.
Only since Jesus and Moses.
Wait, what?
I don't know, the
Only
world.
since yeah, the world.
Well, that's, I mean, he didn't.
True, it's only 2025 years old.
Yeah, because nothing,
Yeah. Anyway, we all know that.
But,
welcome to the show. We just did our Patreon. We're hyped up. The
Yeah.
reason, I'm sure all the listeners are like, wow, the guys are so hyped
Wow.
up. That what? They've just sat down and they're this hyped up? No, idiots.
We've been already
the
here.
yeah, we do the Patreon for an extra 15 minutes. Patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys. Duh. They don't know. The manies don't know.
Wow, the
Yeah.
manies don't know?
Yeah, classic manies. You well? I mean,
Yeah.
I already we've bloody talked about this on the Patreon.
Yeah, I am bloody well. I'm trying to think of the things that, there were things that we were on the Patreon were saying we should speak about in the mani, but
I've got a few.
just welcome to another week.
I feel like the first thing that we should talk about is we had a dinner party on last week that you were at, I was
Yeah.
at. It was at Jack Post's house. Great night.
Well, it was such a fun night.
Fantastic evening.
Yeah.
Did you notice we were seated next to each other, like not by choice, and
Not by choice or by choice?
no, yes, by choice.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I just sat down. You sat next to
Well,
me. So
then
maybe-
Mel had already sat down, so I was like, I guess I have to
True.
sit next to
But
Mike.
maybe Mel gravitated towards sort of me because she probably knew me best-ish of everyone there.
More than best-ish.
Yeah.
We didn't know anyone else there.
Oh, you didn't know any? Yes, you did. Anyway,
okay.
It doesn't matter. The people don't care about this. But did you notice that every single, and maybe this is a credit to the podcast, every single conversation topic that came up for me and you, we were both like, oh, we actually talked about this on the podcast.
Oh, yeah. I think it means that, I'm not sure if it means that we're being authentic on the podcast or if we're just talking about way too boring shit on the podcast.
Or if it proves that no one that we know listens to the podcast to support us, because everyone was asking us questions and then we were almost saying the stories, like the one about the melting air fryer came up, a few other things, the flat pack and stuff like that, which we'll possibly get to.
Yeah.
Like we were saying them exactly how we said them on the podcast.
And it was funny because we're like, we've talked about this. We have talked about this. In fact, if we wanted to have a little break from conversation, we could just press play on the podcast and
That's it.
Everyone just listen to this
you
instead.
know,
the air fryer killed.
People love that. But I think I might have even said to Mel, well, clearly you don't listen to the podcast because we've talked about all of this.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Yeah.
Except for that, she did listen to it once last week. So,
Yeah,
the week
yeah.
before.
Anyway, it was a great night. Good fun. Lots of deja vu feelings for me because I felt like we were just redoing the podcast. But
Yeah, no, it was fun. And like there was people either that I'd only met once, people I hadn't met at all.
People you'd met twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were.
Well,
Well, it doesn't matter.
I'd met them twice by then.
Yeah, okay, so that was the second time you
Yeah,
met
yeah.
them. Yeah, okay. Wow.
It was super fun night. Jack and Bianca they're so lovely.
Really lovely people.
And that they just go, let's host a games night with a few people and they don't all know each other and we're just going to do it.
Yeah. Well, they know everyone though. It's not like there's a wild card like, oh, we just met this guy at Coles. Like it's everyone they know.
Yeah, but would you do that?
Yeah.
Well, you haven't.
Well,
Why haven't you?
watch this space.
Yeah.
Watch this space. What else has been up in the world of us?
The world of us.
The world of us.
I'm trying to think. Well, since I saw you on Saturday, I mean, bloody, what have I even done?
Well, we got our flat pack done.
Yeah.
So
nice.
that's all. You saw that at
Yeah,
the front.
yeah.
It's a nice addition to the house.
And way sturdier than anything you've put together before.
Yeah,
I'll say
Claire
that.
was the leader of that, and she said I could help, and I said, but I thought I wasn't allowed to do flat packs, and she said, no, it's okay under supervision. So under her supervision, I'm actually allowed to help, and I think I was an asset to the team because I had done it before. I was able to pick up on things and be like, yep, I remember this, and stuff like that. And
You're like, I feel like I've been here before. I think I listened to a podcast about this flat pack.
Yeah, so I said to her, yes, I do remember this bit. Yes, I think this is where I accidentally nailed this on to the complete wrong spot. So let's not do that.
And this is the piece that I sawed in half.
Yeah.
Even though there's no instruction for saws. They don't even include a saw or anything. I had to go down the street and borrow one.
Yeah.
But I still did it.
Crazy.
I fashioned this piece into a hat, which I still have.
Claire's actually making me a hat. She's knitting me a hat. It's right there.
Oh yeah.
Currently, it's just a ball of cotton.
Yeah,
yarn,
it looks good.
The idea is for it to eventually be a beanie.
Oh, cool,
So,
man.
Yeah, I'll wear it on the pod maybe at some point.
Yeah. Oh, you could. No, don't put it on now because it's not ready.
No, it's not.
Just
ready.
a ball.
It'd look ridiculous.
I'm
Anyway.
I'm trying to think of what else has happened in our lives.
Do we have to? Oh, you go.
Well, I was just going to say one more thing about the games night the other night.
Cool. Yeah.
Was we did this. I feel like last time I saw Jack, I said, I'd been to this games night, and
different games night.
different games.
Yeah.
Oh, I played a game with someone, and they went charades, and I was like, oh, and then we did this weird thing. I was like, we did this weird thing where they did like a fourth round of charades, but you do it under a sheet, and like it was so overwhelming, and like it was a bit weird and difficult and whatever. And I said that kind of as a cautionary tale. Obviously, Jack's like zoned out after I've started mentioning it, and when we got to the games night, he goes, Sam, I got the sheet. I got the sheet for the for you guys. Sam's got an idea where we wear a sheet. I'm like, no, this was a cautionary tale.
Yeah,
I was trying to say, don't do it.
But it ended up well.
And it was really fun.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
So let's talk about an editing faux pas.
Oh, because this came up.
This did come up. Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to bring it up? It was definitely my fault, but I didn't even know about it.
Well, I just said to my for listeners of the show, which we assume you are
currently listening.
When we did we did a quick 2-minute preview for this season.
Yeah, it was like, no, not this season, this year.
Fuck.
It's a new year, same season. Which we're the only media thing that doesn't follow season and year in sync.
We don't even do financial years either.
No, that's it. There's no financials. But yeah, we did a little, hey, we're coming back on this date. You probably would have clicked on it. Well, maybe not.
When I listened to it, I realized, I was like, this is weird. Mike has accidentally kept in the audio of, but maybe sped up or maybe just with bits missing.
I don't think it was sped up.
Of our conversation before we started recording or before we started officially doing the message.
So at the top of that episode, and I didn't realize this, I've obviously just uploaded whatever got recorded, which is unlike me and also dangerous.
I don't know if it's, so there was just a private conversation that was almost worthy of the $10,000 tier of,
we got lucky because we were having a conversation about someone, but it wasn't mean. There was nothing about it was like bad. It was just like, do you know this person? And then there was one thing that you said that
I feel like I'm just going to say what it was and who it was because it's not that bad.
It's not bad.
You just said to me, do you know Carlo Ritchie? Who is a fantastic, funny actor?
Yeah.
Cast
comedian on Thank God You're Here.
So I said, well, I kind of, I only know him from when Ed Cavalier was doing these, live script reads of this movie comedy thing.
Yeah.
And I was part of it for the first, 5 or so times he did it. And then the next time I was replaced by Carlo Ritchie.
Yeah, which is what you said before we started.
Yeah, recording. And there was one, it was the last, it was literally Ed called me and said, I want you back. Carlo's not going to make it from his flight. And so I was there on the night. And then 15 minutes before the show, Carlo burst in the door. Literally like, thank God you're here. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, you're here. And so then he said, it's like, oh, sorry, see ya.
Yeah, so I guess it was like, it was awkward that Sam, like, The
It
thing,
sounded like I could have been bitching about him, but I wasn't.
but you weren't. And the thing that was funny about it is because because we weren't speaking into the microphones, right? The microphones were like on the seats and we were just sort of standing up chatting while I was setting up. These microphones are kind of only designed to pick up whatever is speaking directly in front of them.
Yeah.
So it was kind of picking up bits and pieces and hovering in and out. So if you were trying to fill in the gaps, there were
Lots of bits where I could have been like, yeah, I do know him. He's a
sucked.
fuckhead. Yeah, I do know him because he replaced me like a fucking loser. And
but
which I
that's
didn't
not
say.
what it was. Yeah.
Which it wasn't.
But then I didn't realize it. So it's up for 2 weeks.
Oh my
Not a
God.
single listener of the show messages and goes, hey, I think you might have like not edited this properly.
And I decided to get on the front foot and just
put
own
out.
it.
Well, the thing, because Hamish introduced me to Carlo because Carlo has this like cool idea for a thing he wants to do and wanted to ask me about it. That's why I asked you, do you know Carlo?
Which then we didn't get around, which we never got around to discuss. And then we're at dinner on Saturday night and I'm like, it's kind of sounded like you were replacing me with Carlo as well.
Yeah. So next week we'll have him on the show. No, we won't. But
we could. We should have Carlo.
We should ask Carlo. Yeah.
And
But,
then James McLennan, who was at the dinner, then kept making jokes
about Carlo.
Like, "Hey Sam, I'm sorry, I've just texted Carlo. He's coming.
And someone has to go home.
Has to leave.
Yeah.
And then I was watching TV later, and an ad came on, and it's freaking Carlo
from Thank God You're Here. Was it like a Thank God You're Here?
No,
ad?
it's an ad for like a dog food or something.
Oh, is he just like an actor in ads as well? Lovely guy.
He seems so lovely, but I feel like I went for that part and never got it.
If you did, that's like, look at him. Of course you didn't get that. Look at him.
I know.
No, but like if you guys heard that and you were like, what is this? Because no one messaged or reached out to say it that it happened.
Makes
so,
it more awkward.
Let us know what you thought,
Yeah.
I think, is what we want to know.
Yeah.
Just send us a little message, I suppose.
We will start doing owl posts.
Yeah, because we did bring up, there was one, I thought the last owl post we recorded in 2024 at the end of the year, but not season, was fantastic. But then I accidentally forgot to upload it and then deleted it.
Or we could just read a few hours at the start of the podcast.
Oh, no, I like owl posts being different.
Okay.
I don't like that. But then I don't know. Anyway, is that more or less? Oh, I had one Harry Potter based thing.
We should do something like that.
I was thinking because I saw this meme and like this is the gist of it because like of course we all know that classic movie quote. Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
Yeah,
you just dropped your phone.
I know.
I
just thought I'd leave it.
So that's the classic. Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? And when I say this bit, I'm speaking of the movie because I'm actually not sure if this also happens in the book. But like, do you remember? Oh yeah, you go.
I was just going to do it. Did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
Yeah. Do you remember what Dumbledore says straight after that to Harry? After Harry says, "No, sir." What does Dumbledore say?
Okay. Did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
No, sir.
Well.
Well, this certainly is a strange incident.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, somebody did. Well.
It's on the right track.
Well, you're gonna have to compete anyway.
No, he says, and just have a think about this.
You didn't put your name in, but I'm still hard as a rock.
Oh, wow. Dumbledore. Yeah. Okay. Dumbledore, we don't even find out you're gay till after the last book. No, he says to Harry, did you ask one of the older kids to do it for you?
Oh.
And then that got me thinking, was that just an option?
Yeah.
What if Harry says, oh yeah, I asked Percy Weasley to do it and he said he's happy to do it.
He just did it.
That was just like, fuck. Because
all the magic he put into it, he's like, oh, I hope no one just gets someone else put their name in. That is so true.
Because like Fred and George try to, but they try to put their own names in, but then because they're not old enough, they get pushed back and they grow the beards and stuff. And that was like a protection charm that Dumbledore put on. But the fact that Dumbledore thinks it would have been a viable option for Harry to just ask an older student to put his name in says to me that he didn't plan for that contingency.
No, he really forgot.
And he was like, no, I don't think he forgot. I think he was just like, the only way a student could do it is by asking an older kid, and none of them would think of that.
Yeah,
and then he's like, fuck, someone thought of it.
I feel like he was doing it and he goes, I can't be bothered with this last bit, this last part of the incantation where I have to like,
Do something else.
I have to like write down all the young people's names. Don't let these names in.
Yeah.
You know what? No one's gonna know.
No one will do it. No one will.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Anyway, that was just a little oddity I thought was interesting.
That's funny because then some of the older kids could have put like a baby's name in there.
Yeah, you could have put anyone's name in
Oh no, there's a baby in the competition.
But also, isn't the thing there's a baby?
Oh my god!
Isn't
that dragon's gonna really. Oh no!
Isn't the thing that like they put Harry's name in under a fake fourth school? Like that's what it is. Like someone put Harry's name in under a fake fourth school. So
is that right?
Yeah, I think that's what what the explanation is. So that's why it wasn't like there were two champions from Hogwarts. Like the Goblet thought there was another school, right? But then it's just like, what did you do, Dumbledore?
Yeah.
Like, what did you actually do to safeguard this?
And like what? I don't know. Why does it spit out? Why would it think there's a fourth? Why is that possible?
Hasn't it always? Isn't it try wizard?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Magic
is a mystery.
They should have, the three things came out. They should have been like, all right, everyone leave the room.
Close the goblet.
Close the goblet. Why did they keep it open?
Yeah, well, I guess
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter? Did you ask one of the older kids to do it for you? No, sir. Oh, okay. Well, then I really can't think of any way.
I'm vexed.
Anyway, should we do the double F?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm feeling like we should. Yes?
I'm just trying to think of anything at school that I would ask that like an older kid. I'd ask an older kid to do nothing.
Buy you alcohol?
Oh yeah, true. No, I asked my sisters to do that.
Really? I never drank or purchased or drank alcohol underage, really. And I don't even really drink now. I'm not really a massive drinker. You were punching the beers.
You're a loser. So you're a loser.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
Well, on that note,
I'm joking.
I've handed you the iPad.
I don't. Oh well, I just every now and then. I can still punch a few down.
Yeah,
if I want to.
Yeah, you're a puncher. You're punching.
I am punching.
Yeah. Sam, we start usually by reading the title of the chapter of the current chapter that we're doing. So whenever you're ready, and take your time. This is difficult for you. Read that title out and we will take it away. I wish Carlo Ritchie was here to do this one.
Okay, I'm just about ready.
Okay, go.
All right, now I'm ready.
Okay, cool.
Chapter 17. Never talk about this chapter again.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Yeah. That's some instruction to us.
Don't know. I guess so.
To the reader. Never talk about this chapter again.
Let's see what this is all about.
Okay. All right. I'm kind of hiding the iPad from you right now.
Okay, hide away.
At the beginning of this book, we warned you that some of the content in the book was graphic and simply unreadable.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Do you?
Yeah, I'm just reading ahead. We encouraged you to... I'm just avoiding your question. We encourage you to put the book down and stop reading. But if you've made it to this point, which frankly is much too far, you clearly haven't put the book down. That's true.
That's true.
I kind of thought that happened in a different book.
Oh, really?
Didn't they say, hey, I feel like book 2 was like, you bloody better put this book down.
I think that's every book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bit of meta.
And is that like a...
And I think that was book 3, actually.
And is that from like a series of unfortunate events or something?
Tone. Yeah. It's that vibe, I think. Yeah.
Okay. We also warned you in the first chapter of the book that this book would contain the graphic description of the death of a student at Hogwarts.
Oh, I remember that.
Which I think I remember thinking, well, we've had that before. We've already had that.
Graphic?
I don't know. Hagrid's sitting on 200 students.
That's not graphic.
Well, to me, it was. I've got a vivid imagination. What's going on up here is, oh my God, it's like a movie. Well, good sir or ma'am, this is that chapter.
Oh, that's why we can't talk about it ever again.
We tried to warn you.
They did.
We also warned you in that chapter not to jerk off to this book.
Oh, yeah, I remember that as well.
So far, so good.
Yeah, Oh, yeah, no, I think I'm good as well.
Listeners?
Don't do it.
Well, this certainly wouldn't be the time to do that. Even though you wouldn't. Oh, hang on. Well, this certainly wouldn't be the time to do that. Even though you wouldn't do it, because that would fuck everything up. I'll say it again. If you jerk off to this book, everything will fuck up. Do
Someone
not
do
jerk
it.
off.
Someone do it.
So capitals, do not jerk off.
Yeah.
This-
Someone do it.
Someone do it.
I want to see what
Yeah,
happens.
and let us know. Don't let me know. Don't let me know. So it says, do not jerk off. This is very Catholic school coded.
True.
Okay.
While you keep reading, I'm just going to plug the camera in.
Oh.
No, I'm not going to jerk.
Okay. Now that we have that out of the way, let's get into the meat of the chapter.
Well, let's beat
The meat of the chapter. I feel like I understand that, but I feel like you've never said that before. Okay.
The meat of the chapter.
The meat of the chapter. Ooh, I hope it's chicken. Fried chicken. Kentucky, Harry said,
Kentucky.
looking up into the sky.
You know my mum calls KFC Kentucky?
That's
It's like,
funny.
oh, let's get Kentucky.
That no one says
No
that.
one says that. It's
Let's get
KFC.
It's KFC.
Or Kafers.
The Colonel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bit of Colonel, bit of Dirty Bird.
Dirty Bird is another one.
But just Kentucky. Let's get Kentucky.
Yeah. No. I guess I'm
Absurd.
look no. What's the mom's name again?
Antonella.
Antonella. In Antonella's defense, I keep on saying Donatella. And Antonella's defense, I guess that the Kentucky part is the actual differentiation because you can get Korean fried chicken elsewhere. So Kentucky.
True, and KFC is also Korean fried chicken.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's a bit confusing, isn't it? Mm.
Yeah, but I still don't like because okay.
God, I'm hungry.
KFC right now.
Yeah.
Me too.
It is morning
so
time,
good.
but that's
it is. KFC is so yum.
The other day,
Yeah.
the battles between McDonald's and KFC in the nugget realm is
what's happening
crazy.
currently? Because I know every few months one of them's doing like 20 nuggets for $10.
Yeah, exactly.
50 cents a nugget.
Yeah.
Not bad.
And then one of them goes, "Oh, I'm doing 24 nuggets for $10." Like, oh wow.
Yeah.
I got a text from KFC the other day. That's
directly?
that's pretty bad, isn't it? I got a text from Colonel Sanders himself.
Yeah.
30 nuggets for $10.
Who could have that many nuggets?
I don't know, but I was almost like, I must go.
Well, 5 years ago,
That's crazy.
On my podcast, 20th Century Boy, I did a challenge where I tried to eat 100 nuggets, and
that would have cost you a bomb.
No, it cost like $80 because it was around the time they were doing those.
Yeah,
deals.
but this one would have cost you like 35.
Oh, true, yeah. But I only ate 54, and then my stomach was just full. So like there's a limit of how many nuggets you can sell one person. So I'd say the 30 nuggets for $10. I'd say their aim is like get people to buy 2 of those, and you're feeding like a group of like 4 or 5 people.
I know that everyone who's done a nugget challenge has said this before they do it, but
you couldn't do it. You should do it.
I could do 50 easy.
Yeah, if I did 50.
Yeah.
And then it was like my brain like didn't want to have more. You really think you can, but you just can't.
Yeah. Anyway, it's good stuff. Do you want another fast food thing? I've now somehow lost my login to my Macca's app, right?
Oh yeah, so you get like deals and stuff.
Get points. This is probably one of the lowest points. Have I said this on the podcast before? This is probably one of the lowest points in life. I got an email from McDonald's saying, "Hi Sam, we're sorry to inform you, but unfortunately you have reached the maximum amount of reward points on the McDonald's app.
You can get a maximum. What's the maximum?
Like 40,000 or something.
Wow. What's it like? Okay, you go out and get a cheeseburger meal. How many points are you getting? Oh, you don't know.
I don't know. But there's points you get. Oh, you get double points. This. You get
okay.
It was more. It was less than I thought, but I think it was 40 or 50,000.
Okay. Yeah.
Or 30. Yeah.
I mean, that's quite good.
But I just had to start getting stuff for free.
Well, now you could probably live off Macca's for a year with 40,000 points.
I was getting whenever I do a show, I usually get a coffee because it's late at night. I get a coffee, and I often get it from McDonald's.
When you say a show, you mean your show? Yeah.
Anyway, so that's just something that happened.
Dude, that's awesome.
It's
Maybe
not.
There you go. Spend it on nuggets, and then next week we'll do a 100 nugget challenge with you.
Maybe.
Okay.
We do record them. Oh, I'm hungry.
Yeah, okay. I could eat 50 nuggets right now.
Same. All right.
All right, good to know.
All right, we'll pause this and we'll go eat 50 nuggets.
Yeah.
And then come back. And we're back. Oh my god. Wow.
Oh, I'm loving it.
Well, I had Kentucky nuggets.
I had
yeah, and it was
because
just
of that deal.
God,
$30.
that was so good. Yum. I'm so full now.
Oh,
all right.
Man, fuck. Okay. Well, let's get back to. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I might vomit.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and you were also so rude to the girl that worked at KFC.
Oh man.
God.
Don't get me started on her.
Anyway.
When
she threw the potato and gravy, though, that was
no good.
unnecessary.
Gonna complain.
I wouldn't, because if they get the CCTV of what you did, that's okay.
Yeah. Well, let's finish the pod and then we'll figure out our legal.
Okay. Hopefully, we'll continue reading, and hopefully we don't see any names of fast food restaurants, or else we'll have another 5 to 10 minute detour.
We're on page 2
yes.
of the chapter.
So
we haven't really gotten very far.
We've just gotten let's get in the meat of the chapter. Ooh, I hope it's fried chicken Kentucky, Harry said.
Yes.
Looking up into the sky and taking a puff of his magic weed paper.
Oh, yeah.
His magic weed
paper.
Magic weed paper. So it's just, he's smoking weed. He was standing in the Forbidden Forest, where Godzilla Neville was getting his final screening ahead of the first task of the Mad Olympics tomorrow.
So can I, I was going to ask.
I forgot about it.
Yeah, Godzilla Neville is the first task. Are you just picturing a giant Neville, or are you picturing like Neville has been turned into a Godzilla-esque kaiju?
I'm picturing it's almost mostly Godzilla.
Yeah.
But maybe like kind of Neville's face, but in like grayscale, or like
in grayscale.
Gray and scaly is what I meant, not in grayscale. Grey scales. Okay.
So
grey blue.
I'm trying to think of like a similar. Are you thinking it's kind of like?
Do you remember in the Hunger Games?
Nah.
I
won't know.
Yeah, but the listeners.
Stop. I won't know.
No, the listeners.
Okay.
Where Peter is disguising himself as the rocks, and he apparently paints his face to camouflage with the rocks.
Okay.
And it's so shit. It's like that.
He does rock face.
Yeah, it is rock face.
Which is historicly really offensive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, rocks are one of the oldest things in the earth.
Stop.
So it's pretty offensive.
Okay. Well.
Okay. Here we go. Harry!
Okay.
Sorry, I paused for no reason. Godzilla Neville said, the camera panned up to reveal a 100-foot tall Godzilla with Neville's facial features, highly recognizable and speaking fluent English. That's like what I said.
So that is kind of what you said, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an example in actual, like, the only thing that's coming to mind, which isn't accurate, but it's like in the Polar Express when Tom Hanks's character, the train conductor, actually looks a bit like Tom Hanks. Well, it's Tom Hanks's likeness in animated form. But I guess it's not really.
I don't think it's. I feel like I've seen somewhere like a picture of either a seal or something with a human face.
Right. That's your point of comparison for the listeners. Look up seal with human face. Is that what you're telling them to do?
Yours was picture Tom Hanks animated.
No, I'm not saying that.
Then what? That looks like Neville as Godzilla.
There is an example of like a character who's I don't think you get it. No, there's one. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's like a character, and they've been like animated, but they still look a bit like the person playing them in a way. Maybe it's in Star Wars. I think it's in Star Wars. In the like one of the new Star Wars things, like it's
like
still
Clone
kind of looks like the person.
Hayden Christensen.
Like, nah. Anyway, it'll come to me. But I'm going to be a bit distracted for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, but it's not actually like that. I think it's still just like a full Godzilla, and then it's got Neville's face.
But like, okay, have you ever played?
You know Godzilla?
Yeah, I know Godzilla. Okay, I'm going to actually put it this way. Have you ever played the game Banjo-Kazooie?
Yes.
Okay, so in Banjo-Kazooie, which was on Nintendo 64, you can like transform into different animals at different points. Do you remember that? Like he'll transform you into an ant or a T-Rex or even a washing machine, which isn't an animal. But like every time you transform into the different animal, it like you still have Banjo's backpack and shorts on.
Yeah.
This is kind of like that. Is that a better example?
Yes.
Like it's like, yeah, okay.
It's better than
Tom Hanks
as Tom Hanks with a mustache.
Yeah. I still don't think that's the best example, but I'll yeah. Anyway.
Why don't we let the description do all the work, which was a 100-foot tall Godzilla with Neville's facial features.
But I don't understand that. Like his facial features, like is it like Tom Hanks in Polar Express?
I think
that's where I'm at.
I'm picturing Godzilla.
Yeah.
But then cut off Godzilla's face.
But
you put Neville.
But have you seen Godzilla?
Yeah.
You can't just cut off Godzilla's face and then put Neville's face. Godzilla has almost like a beak. Like it's like a dinosaur.
But there's no beak. There's no beak.
Okay, I've lost interest.
Okay.
I've lost interest.
If you've lost interest, the listeners have checked out a long time ago.
I've just lost interest in you not getting me. Anyway, just keep going.
Oh, no, we're fighting. Okay. Here we go. So Neville's... we'll both picture different things. And speaking fluent English. Why don't we put it into AI?
Yeah, well, we'll have to.
Okay.
The chapter art.
Do I have to do this? You transfigured me into Godzilla 4 weeks ago.
See, that's where the part where I don't get it. Like, he's transfigured into Godzilla.
Yeah, okay.
That's where... Anyway, put it into AI.
I've been sleeping in the forest all year. You know what I'll actually say is that... I mean, you wrote this.
Yeah.
So
when
we're arguing about what it looks like, I mean, it's your fault for not describing it properly, or you should be able to envision it.
Well, I can't. So take that.
And also, it's not you; it's your 13-year-old, whatever.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm not gonna hold you accountable for.
Thanks, man.
You know,
all right, let's keep. We're still on chapter 2. So I think we.
Do I have to do this? You transfigured me into Godzilla 4 weeks ago. I've been sleeping in the forest all year. It's been terrible. And because I'm so big, all of my dialogue is in capital letters in the book, which makes it sound like I'm yelling, which makes it sound like I'm aggressive, which I'm not. But there was an exclamation point at the end.
That does sound pretty aggressive to me.
Harry awkwardly climbed up a 100-foot ladder, which actually took him 3.5 hours. Neville.
So this is 3 hours after Neville said that.
Like, Neville, in our start of year employment survey, I asked you if you wanted to take on more responsibility and progress your career. Do you remember that? Harry asked, taking another puff of his magical paper. Sigh, yes, Godzilla Neville said. So don't you think being transfigured into Godzilla Neville and being force-fed golden laxatives to force your poo to become golden is a great way of doing that, man?
Yeah, because remember they have to collect the golden poo. So,
Come on, man. It's osmosis. Or some shit. I don't know, Harry said, climbing back down the ladder. That's his explanation.
Osmosis.
But Harry, I don't want to do this anymore, Godzilla Neville said. Can't hear you, Neville. You're 100 feet in the air, and I'm all the way down here.
Where he clearly can hear him.
Harry saw a bunch of Rubax students nearby. Oh, kids, get over here.
You're so good at that.
I don't know if I am.
You just become him.
He waved them over, completely unaware that one of them was about to meet their untimely end.
Oh, this is, oh no.
So now we know it's a Rubax child.
Well, that's good. What? What is Rubax?
Oh, death of a student at Hogwarts. So that did...
Not a Hogwarts student.
Wow, a bit misleading.
What is Rubax? Rubax is the American school?
Yeah.
And then Dinguts is the Australian one. Yeah, cool.
Cravat Harrington was a third-year Rubax student.
Oh, third year.
Cravat. Cravet. Could be Cravet.
Cravat Harrington.
Cravat Harrington was a third-year Rubax student who just loved being part of everything.
Oh.
He had been, it's a sad start, isn't it? He had been sent by Fuxta Fungorius.
Because it was like, and he hated being part of anything. You'd be like, oh, well, fuck off.
Yeah. He had been sent by Fuxta Fungorius to investigate why Harry had been going to the forest a lot, as Fuxta thought it could be linked to the first task in the Magolympics. Sure enough, Cravat had found exactly what he'd been looking for and couldn't wait to report back to Fuxta and Olivia.
Wow, so he's like a mule. They've used him as a spy.
Professor Potter, Cravat said in his American accent because he was American. What is it that What is that disgusting abomination of ugly ineptitude?
Wow. Now, you'd hate that if you were Neville.
Yeah. That, Harry said, ashing off the magic paper. Oh, like
He's
Buddy's
dubbing the ash.
the cigarette. That's just Godzilla Neville. Harry winked sexually. Just Godzilla Neville.
You know what? Harry kind of gives me this vibe, and it's maybe that Michael Scott thing where it's like, and it's inappropriate because they're students, but like anyone who shows any interest in speaking to him, he thinks, how can I get him into bed?
Yeah.
So he wings sex.
Or he just catches everyone off guard. Just resets every conversation.
Think he's kind of like, oh yeah, it's Godzilla Neville. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's how good I am at magic. I could teach you. Yeah, just have a few lessons.
Yeah. Harry winked sexually. Godzilla Neville? Kravitz said, while his 3 other Rubax friends looked up in awe. Neville, say hello, you disgusting abomination of ugly ineptitude, Harry said. Hey guys, don't use drugs. Godzilla Neville made the peace sign. Now, does Godzilla Neville have hands?
Well, that's part of the question. That's part of the question. Well, yeah, Godzilla has hands and Neville has hands, so I think it's safe to assume they would.
But I mean, okay.
Yeah, I reckon it's fine.
What about thumb?
So you don't need thumb for a peace sign.
Yeah, I guess not.
You just need 2 fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, let's not spend time on that. Is this the first task in the Mad Olympics? Kravitz asked. Well, if I said yes, would you tell Flux to Fungorius? Because it's kind of a secret, Harry said. No, we would never do that, Kravitz said, crossing his toes. I hate that. Okay. Yep, it is. How good's that? Harry said, winking sexually. How good's that?
How good's that?
Yep, it is. It's amazing. And so that's actually Neville? Kravitz asked. Yeah, it's me, guys. Neville responded. And you know what? Harry giggled highly. And you know what? Look at this. Look what we've been doing to make it really hard for them tomorrow. Watch this. Harry, please don't. You know I don't like it when... But it was too late. Harry had taken a small whistle out of his pocket and placed it in his mouth. Fwee! What's this? Fwee.
Fweee.
The sound of a whistle.
And then in brackets, the sound of a whistle.
Sure. Godzilla Neville's eyes glowed, and the whistle seemed to completely change his demeanor.
Oh, no.
Suddenly, he was an enormous, jarring beast, as opposed to the placid posture of Neville in Godzilla mode.
Oh, no. Poor Neville.
Oh, no.
Or poor Kravitz, because I've got a feeling I know what's about to happen.
Yeah. Fire began brewing in his mouth, and he was no longer speaking English, just grunting and blaring and roaring around, stomping about, like your mother was fingering.
Excuse me? Just grunting and blaring and roaring around, stomping about like your mother was fingering.
I can't even draw a response out of my brain for that.
And let the audience just respond to that as they see
If someone was is she fingering someone else?
Or fingering herself?
And why should be stomping about, roaring around?
I don't know the answer to that. Anyway.
I guess we'll just have to move on. One of those things, hey, it's a mystery we'll never solve.
No. Well, maybe it comes up later.
Yeah, maybe.
Something to look forward to.
Turn to page. No. So the whistle completely hijacks Neville's brain and reverts him to his ancient brain. A and B are capitalized. New kind of magic I discovered. Whatever.
Yeah, I discovered a new kind of magic.
Yeah. Ancient brain.
Ancient brain.
That's a thing now. Kravitz noticed that Kravitz noticed that on the floor was a book that Harry seemed to have been reading called The Ancient Brain Awakened. Why it's dangerous and you should never use this magic.
That's funny.
Yeah. A very specific book. But he's just like, I didn't read the last bit. Which was written by Blade Lockhart.
Oh.
Kravitz couldn't help but chuckle at the irony of Harry Potter taking credit for an idea that a man with the name Lockhart... Yeah, couldn't help but chuckle at the irony taking credit for an idea that a man with the name Lockhart had come up with, knowing the history of Harry's former teacher, Gilderoy.
Because he's saying that, like, Professor Lockhart in the books would, like, steal everyone's ideas and write books about them. And he's saying, oh, it's funny, like, Harry's stolen this idea from Blade and claimed that it's his own.
And the name Lockhart. Wow.
Yeah.
Deep thought. So basically, Harry said, coughing on some smoke for his magic paper. So basically, once the whistle's blown, Neville suddenly loses complete control of his mind and is just complete Godzilla mode. Ferocious, pretty much unstoppable. It's crazy.
It seems really unsafe, but so is a dragon, I guess.
Okay, well, Professor Potter, change him back, Kravitz said anxiously. But before he could say any more, Godzilla had taken a hold of Craven.
Craven.
Where's Craven?
So now it's actually unclear because he was with other friends. Kravitz was with 3 other friends. And now it's saying that Godzilla Neville took hold of Craven.
It is possible he's one of his friends called Craven.
So it's hard to know if it's a typo or if there's another character called Craven.
That would be like an American... okay, we got Kravitz, Craven, Raven.
yeah.
And Kravis.
And Craven, yeah. That's it. Okay, so maybe it will clear it up.
Okay. Godzilla Neville had taken a hold of Craven and squeezed hard.
Oh, no.
It was an instant breakage of several ribs, and his sternum snapped like twigs in the visceral grip of Godzilla Neville, who was completely out of control. Kravitz could barely breathe.
So it was a typo. Unless he's got both of them.
Or he's just anxiously watching Craven get cracked, and Kravitz...
actually,
I can barely breathe watching this.
That's true. It's really unclear.
Kravitz could barely breathe, and this wasn't funny.
Wow.
The other Rubax students ran to get help, and Harry had fallen asleep.
Harry had fallen...
Oh. He's just oh,
shit.
The next thing he knew, Kravitz's arm had been bitten off.
Oh, so this is so graphic.
Blood was spurting out everywhere of his armhole. So he's been squeezed and
he's been crushed and then,
beaten his arm off. Blood was spurting out everywhere, shooting like a pistol from his shoulder. So maybe not a solid stream.
It's just... Yeah, but I think that's how it does happen.
I think that is how it happens.
So it's good.
Wow. Good. Really good.
I saw it once.
A pistol from his shoulder, flesh hanging off his body, dripping off as various vultures flew from the forest and began picking at it.
Oh, poor Kravitz.
That's very quick for the vultures to act.
Yeah, true. And are there vultures in Britain? Wouldn't think so.
Yeah, but maybe they came...
African? Maybe they came from Africa.
Yeah, remember how Simba or Mufasa was in the books at some point?
Oh, yeah, true. Simba was.
Yeah, so maybe the vultures came.
Falco from Lilac was as well. He was a bird. So...
Yeah, so maybe we shouldn't be questioning the vultures.
Yeah.
Kravitz writhed and screamed in undeniable pain. Nobody, not even fictional characters designed for this specific purpose, should ever be a victim of this.
And let that be a warning.
Yeah, that's a message, and that's from Mike and I. No one should...
When you write your next book... Don't do this.
No one should be squeezed by a giant, Godzilla human hybrid.
Yeah.
And have their limbs torn from them.
I wrote it as a cautionary.
Yeah. And that's something that we'll continue to put out there.
Yeah. That's a message we'd like to spread. And maybe that's why this chapter is called Never Talk About This Chapter Again. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it is. But why would we call it? Yeah. I mean,
because we don't want to talk about this again. Yeah. This is a one-off warning. Yeah. And then we don't. Let's never do this again.
And so we know some podcasts do their messages are about mental health and or charities of various things,
calibers.
Disaster zones, all that.
Yeah.
But we just want to say, please don't write people getting torn apart by Godzilla.
Even if you're writing the next Godzilla,
if you are part of the Godzilla franchise, and you're
God. Just why can't Godzilla do nice stuff? I'd
like to see that.
Get him doing some nice stuff in the next one. That's what I want to see.
Have Godzilla. They shoot
some charity work.
They shoot Godzilla off to another planet that's even bigger, and everyone there is his size, and
that's it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to worry anymore.
He finds love.
He finds love, Mrs. Godzilla. Yeah. See, we just wrote a perfectly reasonable thing.
It'd be better if Godzilla, or if Godzilla was female, and then they find Godzilla. That kind of works. That kind of works in the language. Godzilla and Godzilla. Godzilla would be a great baby name.
Yeah, but if Godzilla was female, wouldn't it be Goddess-zilla?
Yes.
But then at the same time, like you would say, sometimes you get Bridezilla, which is feminine, but then I don't know if that's just coming from Godzilla. You know, Zilla isn't but Zilla sounds feminine. You're right.
Groomzilla doesn't sound right either.
No.
So Godzilla.
Ciao, Godzilla, you read the Globo?
God, that'd be front page news.
Godzilla. I need to introduce you to my niece. Her name is Godzilla. She's beautiful like this.
Front page of the Il Globo.
Godzilla
crushes Il Domo.
Okay, let's read the book.
Okay. Sorry. Godzilla Neville held the dying Kravitz by the legs and, oh my God, it gets even worse, and swung him into a nearby tree. Then this isn't funny. So that his skull cracked and part of his brain began falling out. That being said, Kravitz unfortunately was still alive and conscious, experiencing every single bit of pain like there was no tomorrow.
Like his mum was fingering.
Yeah. It always comes back to that. He was yelling, and Harry woke up, believing the entire experience was a fever dream from the marijuana he'd been smoking. Fuck, this must be strong stuff.
Wow.
Harry had another puff. It began to rain, and each drop seared into the holes and gashes in Kravitz's body, causing more and more pain, because the rain had lemon juice in it.
Would be painful.
And everyone knows it really stings when lemon juice gets into a cut.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it would
really
sting
does.
Anyway if you had your arm bitten off by a monster.
I know, I've got a cut. I've got a cut on my finger at the moment.
Yeah,
from work.
Well, I've got lemon juice in.
I did. I got some lemon juice on it. It really hurt.
Yeah. Well, now you know how Kravitz feels.
I cut it
a little bit.
Oh my God! I put some betadine on it. And I was like, I'll just and then I forgot that really hurt. So that really hurt.
Yeah, more like worse, Dean.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Godzilla Neville kept slamming Kravitz into the tree, breaking more and more bones. Harry couldn't believe the hallucination he believed he was having. He couldn't believe the hallucination he believed he was having. He removed all of his clothes and began dancing naked in the rain. Dancing gloriously.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it says?
Yeah, a profound juxtaposition of the events that were occurring.
This is so trippy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, wow.
Good juxtaposition. Great high school essay word.
Yeah, perfect.
And dichotomy is another one I love.
I love dichotomy.
Yeah. Harry began playing hippie music and masturbating as well.
Oh, okay.
It was an insane sight, S-I-T-E.
Well, it could be that. Like a site, a location.
Like a work site.
It's an insane location.
And no sane author could ever write something like this and get away with it. Oh wow, that's a...
Yeah.
Oh my God. Mike, that's you.
Fascinating.
Fascinating insight into... Yeah. Kravitz was crying, "Please, Professor Potter."
Oh, poor Kravitz.
Godzilla Neville hung him down by his legs to meet Harry's eyeline. "This is just like Spider-Man," Harry said, eyes glistening.
So there's a scene, this is from the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, and it's when he saves Mary Jane, and then he it's a famous scene. He hangs upside down, and she pulls the mask off his mouth and kisses him in the rain. Yeah. Now, so, I hope there's no kiss.
Because then at this point, he's got no arm.
Yeah.
His brain is coming out. His brain's coming out.
Yeah.
And also most of his bones are crushed.
But he's still
conscious.
Cognitive.
Yeah.
And
so maybe he's lost, maybe like his temporal lobe. Which is or some other things.
Yeah. Possibly. Anyway.
Or, yeah. He was right in a way. It was like the scene in Spider-Man where Spider-Man was hanging down in the rain after saving Mary Jane, and they have an upside down kiss.
Okay, now
so is that
coincidentally that's the end of the page, And I'm really worried. Like, we don't want this to end with a kiss between Harry and Kravitz.
And I'm hoping that this description is, and they have an upside down, that's describing Spider-Man Mary Jane.
I think that's what happens, yeah. Okay.
From there.
Okay.
Oh, no, it doesn't happen.
Okay, that's
Godzilla Neville raised Kravitz up and ate him.
Oh.
Swallowed him whole.
Oh.
Wait, Spider-Man, Harry said. Kravitz wasn't dead yet.
Oh.
And was burned alive in the acid juice of Godzilla Neville's stomach.
Wow.
Completely dissolving for months. Neville was pooing out teeth.
Wow.
That's fucked.
Because the teeth don't really decompose.
I guess not.
Which is, I'm working on a true crime podcast at the moment, and that's what I'm learning. Seriously, that's a true story.
Yeah.
We're doing some research into decomposition of bodies.
It's true. Is it called True Story?
What?
Is the podcast called True Story?
No, the podcast is confidential, but I am producing
Is it called Confidential? Because that would be a good name for a podcast.
No. Anyway.
True Story Confidential. What's it called?
Look out for True Story Confidential.
That's my new podcast.
Yeah, that's Sam's new potty.
And it's also, what is it? What do they call it? True Story Confidential. True crime? I have a question mark.
Ah, yeah.
So it might not be true.
Wow, I like that because there's another mystery.
Yeah, I want to start that. True crime?
Yeah, and every week it could be a made up story or a true story.
So that and then they killed them. Maybe.
Look it up. Look it up.
Anyway, Harry stopped dancing. Wow, tomorrow's task is going to be amazing. Wait till I tell my parents. Oh, wait, they're dead. Damn.
Oh, poor Harry.
A centaur walked past. There was a message from the office. Apparently a guy called Derek is a disgrace to all wizards. That's weird, said Harry. Usually I do those messages. Oh, no, usually I do those message. End of chapter.
And that's the weirdest part about what just happened. So usually I do those messages.
There was a message from the office. Apparently a guy called Derek is a disgrace to all wizards. That's weird. Usually I do those message.
But also, he has a point. Who did send that message?
Yeah.
Unless...
Oh.
What? Oh.
You've left the other chapter in there.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, that's the end of the chapter. Poor Kravitz.
Should I look at the...
Lenny Kravitz.
Oh, my God. Should I look at... Remember how we used to...
Yeah, true. Yeah, let's see the next chapter title.
Oh. Yeah, checks out.
Wow.
Godzilla Neville has eaten Kravitz Harrington. A third-year student.
The funeral will be next week, guys. But,
a third-year student who just loved being involved in everything.
Yeah. Well, Vale Kravitz.
As we go on.
No, the whole time I kept thinking of Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And what about Zoe Kravitz?
I want to get away.
I want to fly away. Yeah. Oh, I didn't.
You didn't hold the yeahs. It's ready?
No.
Yeah.
Is it?
I was harmonizing.
Oh, so.
I want to get away.
I want to fly away.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, guys. Get on the Patreon, patreon.com/Harry Potter and the Boys, and we will see you next Tuesday. Oh, bam! Goodbye, amores. Yeah. I actually don't know any of his other songs.
I didn't even know that was him, to be fair.
Oh, what? Are you serious?
What? I just know Lenny Kravitz, and I don't know his...
Do you remember when he, like that...
When his penis came out? when he's full... His pants split and his full penis and balls came out.
See you next week, guys.